What is up, guys? PG Ben here. As promised, I'm gonna go ahead and do a review of Pokemon Ultra Sun. I have not finished the game. It's actually longer than I expected it to be. I'm a little bit less than halfway through the game, unless it definitely completely deviates from the previous version. But let's go ahead and get down to it. There's a lot of things to talk about. I will be right back.
Sponsored by the BMVC.
And viewers like you. Thank you.
Well, to start things off, let's go ahead and put it simply. The first thing that you're going to get is going to be your starter Pokemon and your Rotom Dex. Nothing much changes there except the way you get your starter Pokemon. There's no big long story before Kukui actually gives you your Pokemon. Pretty much in the first 5-6 minutes you got it and you're good to go. So it's just up to you guys to choose which Pokemon you want. But the biggest changes that I personally liked of the game itself is actually the Rotom Dex. So let's go ahead and get started with that one. The Rotom Dex has a lot of features as it is from the previous version of the game. But it was more of an annoyance more than actually a little bit helpful. Other than the quite blatant obvious flags on the map that it showed you where to go. Other than that, it was kind of annoying asking you random questions throughout the game. They've actually made it a lot more enjoyable in its usability with this new game. For example, the Rotom Dex actually gives you items during the game. In-battle items, you could heal your Pokemon. It gives you the option to get more cash at the end of the battle. It gives you more options, I believe, to attract more Pokemon towards you. Very, very, very useful things that in the previous version it did not give you. It also gives you the option to view Pokemon in a different way. For example, when you first encounter a Pokemon that you never have seen before, it gives you a little graphic or a little warning when you're encountering the Pokemon, so you could get the choice either to catch it or to let it go, however you want to do it. But it gives you the option to show you that you have not seen that Pokemon and, hey, you might want to catch it. So it's definitely a really, really good feature that it included in this deck. So other than the regular things that was in the regular Sun and Moon games, the Ultra Dex is still basically the same, but it gives you more usability, gives you more items, and it gives you the ability to catch more Pokemon easily, and the ones that you're looking for that you have never seen, gives you the option to, hey, go ahead and catch this one, you haven't seen it quite yet. So it's definitely a pretty good feature. As many of the players may know, Ultra Sun and Moon actually introduced Necrozma from the beginning. In fact, the intro to Ultra Sun and Moon includes Necrozma either getting Lunala or Solgaleo and absorbing it in some way, and then the game starts. In the previous version, Necrozma was actually the last Pokemon that I caught, meaning the last legendary per se that I caught in the game. This leads me to this thing that kind of freaked me out when I first saw these people. They're called, I believe, the Recon Group or team or something like that. Recon Group or team, I mean, they're the freakiest things you have you ever seen. I have yet to see something weirder in the Pokemon games within the Pokemon universe other than these guys. It's a little freaky, trust me. If you guys have not seen them, apparently the backstory is that they were in Alola a long time ago, and they're trying to keep Necrozma in some place, but he's trying to escape in order to absorb light, because apparently Necrozma was a whole different being before. The way it is now is that apparently the light that it used to emit was some kind of absorbed or something like that. That's a weird backstory. I'll leave you guys to definitely look that up in the game. It was something like that. I can't really remember off the top of my head without having the script or anything in front of me. So that's pretty much their backstory of the Recon Group. They're just freaky for now. I have, like I said, I have not finished the game. But they're definitely something to check out. It's definitely to do with the Ultra Beast, so we'll see how Necrozma plays it. Of course, we're going to try to get that fusion Necrozma and Solgaleo. So I still have a long ways to go before I encounter that. So it's definitely something weird that I have noticed in the game, but they do give you experience and they do battle you and they give a pretty good backstory. So it's definitely somebody to check out. So the Recon Group or team or Ultra Recon team, something like that, definitely something you're going to encounter right away in the game. So keep an eye out on that. I personally like them, but we'll see how their role plays out in the game. So I like them. Let me know what you guys think down below. The other thing about the game is that the game has now become a little bit more Pokemon involved, meaning you're able to see or interact with Pokemon more. Just like the other ones, you're able to ride Lapras, you're able to ride on Tauros, you're fly on Charizards, replacing the HMs from previous generations of the game. But this game actually went ahead and added something further, something you'll encounter pretty much, I believe, on the first island before you even leave. It's called Mantine Surfing. Needless to say, they give you an overview before you start riding the Mantine. But let me tell you this, it's extremely hard. I couldn't really figure it out. I definitely had to sit down and play with the Mantine Surfing a little bit more. But you get some speed and then you launch and do tricks on it. I wasn't able to figure it out. I wasn't able to land anything on the first time I rode it. So hopefully I get better throughout. But it's definitely something fun to see. Pokemon is definitely getting their Pokemon, or the Pokemon Company and the designers and all the game designers are definitely getting Pokemon more involved in the game, which is simply something I really do appreciate from previous generations. It was a lot less interaction with Pokemon other than talking to them and them answering you back and their names, basically. And so I definitely do enjoy that. The only thing that I'm saying is that Mantine Surfing is hard, and hopefully I get better at it. Which leads me to the next thing, like I mentioned, is more involvement of Pokemon. Like, for example, there's a Pikachu Valley where you're able to go and all you see are Pikachu in that section. I mean, it's pretty cool. All you see are Pikachu there. I have not explored it very much, so I'm not sure what exactly you're able to do there, other than it's just playing with Pikachu, or is there an actual purpose for the place. But as of now, all I see is your interaction with Pikachu. But other than the Pikachu Valley, throughout the game so far, I've been able to encounter several Pokemon where you're able to play with them, where you're able to play peekaboo with them. So it's definitely something very, very cool that they included in the game. And in fact, from the previous game, from Moon, the regular Moon, the previous version, throughout the game they took some spots, some places where you see Pokemon walking around, just being themselves. Like, for example, I think there's a place where you right before a trial, where there's the volcano trial or the fire trial, whatever you guys want to call it. You see a Magmar walking around, and in fact, it's one of the funniest ones because you see him walking around and he walks into the volcano like if it was nothing, and he comes out walking as well. So all you see is smoke coming out of the volcano. You see Magmar walking in and out. So it's actually pretty cool the way they did some things. So it's just little things here and there that keeps the game more interesting that the other game did not have. You just see Pokemon randomly being Pokemon. That's what the way people have imagined it. You don't always have to go into the grass to encounter a Pokemon, which is actually pretty cool. So you're seeing it. I'm yet to... what I really wanted to see in that certain strategy that they included in this game was actually going to the Pokemon and actually trying to battle and catch it. That would be pretty cool. Like, hey, I see a Pikachu running around. I could go try to catch him up. Kind of like the... there's like a little Pokemon that comes out on the beach that you have to go on Tauros in order to catch it. Something like that. You see him running around, you try to catch him up, and if you catch him up, you start battling it and try to catch it. That would be pretty cool to include in the game, but it is what it is. I do like the way they're going, but it's definitely something you guys need to check out, something you guys need to play with. And in fact, some of the Pokemon actually follow you around after a while once you're done playing with them, because they just want to keep playing with you. But it's actually pretty cool. I like the way they did that. But like I said before, there's definitely something to have to work on. Hopefully in the future you're able to go up to the Pokemon, try to run around behind it, and if you catch it, go ahead and battle. Hopefully you catch it with that Pokeball or whatever you have available. So it's definitely something really cool that they included in this game. Also, some of the things that have changed in the game, I am very, very happy with this. That the game's actually changed the way the trials work. For example, I mean, the trials are you get the gist of it. You have to go through the trial, you battle the totem Pokemon, and then you get, you know, your little trial stamp thing on your passport or whatever. But they actually made it a little bit more entertaining. The trials do change. Like, for example, the totem Pokemon, some of the totem Pokemon changes around. They're completely different. Like, for example, the wishy-washy group schooling Pokemon that looks kind of like a big fish does not exist in this game. I didn't encounter it. It's a whole different totem Pokemon. The lush jungle where you have to fight the big mantis Pokemon, I can't remember his name or her name. The trial is completely different. Instead of you looking for items, the items are blatantly pretty much given to you, but you have a choice of whether to get the item that's easier for you to get or one that you have to search for a little bit more. It's definitely something a little bit cool. You guys have to definitely check that out. So it definitely makes the game harder to play through, a little bit more annoying, but yet more enjoyable, to tell you the truth. So it's definitely something you guys have to check out. Trials are basically, for the most part, the game that I played so far, the trials are pretty much the same. It follows the same rhythm, so on and so forth, but they are more enjoyable, and that's for sure. Something you guys definitely need to check out. It just makes the game more interesting. A little bit touch harder, which I definitely enjoy. It's definitely not just holding your hand through the game like the previous version. So definitely check that out. So if you guys do not like spoilers, this is definitely something. I do not want to ruin anybody's fun or anything like that, but most people already know this from the game itself. The people that are doing walkthroughs, so on and so forth. There's something blatantly obvious in the game that you're able to see once you get, I believe, to the third island. Is they have randomly placed a gym. A gym, not from a previous generation, like gym badge, gym, where you're able to go battle. You battle the gym leader, you get a gym badge. This is just a random gym, and in fact, me and PG Jazz, I'm ahead of PG Jazz in the game. But when I showed him this scene, even he started freaking out. I mean, it's one of the best things I have seen. You're seeing a gym pretty much in life scale to how your height would be in real life. It's nothing like seeing a gym, and in fact, seeing a gym in Alola just brings back a lot of questions of how the Pokemon company or the game designers are going to go in the future. Are they bringing gyms to Alola? How is it going to change the game fact for them? Is there going to be a 3 or a third iteration of this game where they're gyms now and not trials? So it's definitely something cool to see in the game, an actual gym. But definitely gave me the heebie-jeebies when I saw that gym come up. I was actually just walking through randomly looking for totem stickers, and boom, there's a gym. So it's definitely something very old school about it. It brought me back. I was like, I definitely do have to go in there. And it definitely, for those who are actually playing the game, I definitely won't spoil it, but it brings you the setup of the actual gym itself, brings you back to one of the old school gyms. So it's really cool. You guys will definitely enjoy it, and you will notice right away once you walk in which gym it is. I definitely won't spoil it for you guys, but it's legit. Trust me, it's something that I was not expecting in this game, but hopefully they continue on and they hopefully make some kind of gym system, it will definitely make Alola pretty legit now. So definitely something to check out. So that's it, guys. This is pretty much my halfway through review of Pokemon Ultra Sun. Definitely working. The Pokemon designers would definitely have something in their hands to definitely improve upon, and it definitely made the game a lot more enjoyable so far for me. If you have not gotten the game, go ahead and buy it. It's very good play. So it's not as easy, like I said before. It's actually a little bit more challenging in the previous version. But it's Pokemon. You can't go wrong with Pokemon. So hopefully you guys like this video. If you guys like it, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Like and subscribe. If you like this kind of video, I'll definitely do more in the future. For any Pokemon game that comes out in the future, I'll definitely do reviews or anything like that. So I do appreciate you guys liking and subscribing to us. And I'll see you guys next time. Laters.
Sponsored by the BMVC.
And viewers like you. Thank you.